And so there was a time about 15 years ago, I just got promoted at Gentry in the finance department. Life was good. I had 2 young children, a young family. I just finished building a house. I just got promoted. But at the same time, it was very stressful. Life was stressful, paying all the bills, keeping up at work, raising young children. It took its toll on me, and I had a lot of anxiety. It affected my health in a way that I really thought something was wrong with me physically. I had heart palpitations, dizziness, just felt horrible. Back during that time, I really was not walking with the Lord. And for me, it was all about me. And I was really trying to be successful, not only for myself, but for my family. There were so many things I couldn't control, especially in the workplace, just life in general. I really wanted to be able to control the outcome, if you will, and to make sure my kids did well, and make sure I did well at work, and make sure my wife was taken care of. And I didn't see it that way as a burden, but it showed up in just me melting down physically. So how did I get to trust the Lord? It wasn't an overnight thing where one day I woke up and I said, yeah, I just trust the Lord. Even if I read about trusting the Lord in the Word, Pastor Glenn prayed about a project we were working on, and it was a very difficult situation for me professionally, and we kept praying about it for several weeks. As the project rolled on, a couple of believers at my workplace and I felt that we would dedicate the project to the Lord, and we would do it in a way that might honor Him. And this particular project was with the Department of Hawaiian Homelands. It became very successful, not only for the company, but for the department. And the Lord's fingerprints was everywhere I looked. It wasn't a blessing just for us, but for the homeowners who bought our homes, for everybody involved. And it was the first time I realized that, wow, God really caring about what I was working on. I guess He's continued to bless my work. About a year ago, I got promoted to be the president and CEO of our company. It was just God's hand working in my life. He brought me from this point of where I could barely just maintain my day-to-day life to working on this project when I first reconnected, and then fast forward to promoting me to a higher position in the company. I gotta say that it's not like it's not stressful. I go up and down. There's some times where I feel like I need to still shoulder the burden of my position, and yet I know that really He just wants me to trust Him more. When I got promoted to president and CEO of the company, there was a lot more requirements on me professionally. I go to work and I see Him working in our company, through our company. It enables me to trust Him even more. And the craziest thing is that even if I see that a lot, all the time at work, some days I wake up and I still feel like, oh, but it's all up to me. Even if I know better, I still feel that way sometimes, where I gotta get it done, and I gotta do this, and I gotta make sure everything is okay. And I try my best to do my part. Ultimately, He's in control. It's His story that I'm playing out. It's about Him. It's not really about me. How I changed my focus from being on me to getting back to the Lord. If I'm under a lot of stress, I'll wake up extra early, not because I want to, but because I just feel burdened. And so I spend that time in prayer. Philippians 4:6 is one of my favorite passages. So I pray for God's peace, and that helps. The other thing that I do is when I am at work, and people who are my brothers and sisters in Christ, we talk about the situations at work in the context of God and what He's doing, and that provides me great comfort. We're trying to see, what's going on through His eyes, and that provides, it reminds me that You know, we try our best, but really God's in control, and He's the one. He's the one not only in control, but He has a plan. And not only does a plan, but the plan is good. And that even when we go through struggles, it's still probably the best thing for us. You know, in hindsight, I look back on the struggles that I've had, not only professionally, but personally. And, you know, it's all been for purpose. It's all been for good. As we go through it, it's hard to see, but in hindsight, it's much clearer.